Hi, I'm excited to share with you one statement that can change your life. Simply one statement, but you have to believe it. You have to believe this. Believe me. Because this one belief that has permeated our society has made millions of people feel that they have very little self-worth, very little value. And that's because of our society, that's because of our upbringing, that's because what we're being taught. And we're being taught that our value revolves around having lots of material possessions or wealth or recognition or status or fame. And if we don't, we are nobody. So I'm going to have you stop right now and think about this. How do you feel? Are you happy with what you have, regardless of how much material possessions you have attained or how much you have accomplished in life in terms of status? Or do you feel very little worth? Are you able to look inside and really say to yourself, yeah, I have value, I have worth, I know who I am, I know why I'm here. My life has deep meaning. Not many people can do that because of our society defining us by wealth, achievements, what we've attained. Now don't get me wrong, there are many people who are very wealthy, who've attained a high status, but we're only going to remember them by what it is that they've done. It's not the actors and the actresses and the celebrities who've entertained us or the football players who have made the Hall of Fame that we remember as much as we remember the people who have qualities that we aspire to. Think of the teachers that you've had at the educational system. Think of the ones that you remember. Who are the people are you remembering? The ones who have the qualities of caring and loving and making you feel that you are somebody, showing you that you are more than you think you are, and that you have the capabilities to do whatever it is that you want to do in life. Those are the people you remember. Those are the people who are helping you become more of who you are and who you came here to be. And so, think about it. The lack of worth is a condition that makes people look outside of themselves, that they're always externally focused. They're always looking out there thinking that, well, if I have more of this, or if I have this luxurious home or this fancy car, then I can impress people and I can get that recognition that I so desire. When in fact, all you have to do is recognize it in yourself. It's simply recognizing that you are somebody. You don't need to impress other people and get other people's attention. The only time you might want to get other people's attention is if you are doing something to help them and showing and demonstrating that, hey, I'm here for you. I can help you become more of who you are because I'm going to uplift you into recognizing that you have value. So how did this all happen where we had these beliefs that make us feel that we lack value, that we don't feel like we are somebody? Well, unfortunately, many of us have had parents who are strict and controlling and or maybe abusive that often have robbed their children of becoming self-reliant. So they become followers in life, just basically on autopilot, listening to everybody else dictate and direct them to who they are. And they're living based on other people's beliefs and society's expectations, and not really living a life of their own. They're pretty much living by default, okay? And so they lack self-worth, and to look within for a lot of those people is very difficult. It takes a lot of courage because when you look within and you are feeling like you're nobody, you just see more of that. And that hurts, it's painful. So what it really requires is to have somebody guide you in that process so you don't feel alone. And then there are other people who, because of that kind of upbringing, become rebellious and will do anything to get the attention and the recognition that they desire, to feel like they are somebody, even if it makes them cheat or lie or do anything to attain status, to get that attention that they so desire. And then there are the educational systems. The educational systems have us define success by attaining those high grades. As long as you're getting those high grades, you're going to get that recognition from out there once again. And you feel good about it, but it's once again trying to demonstrate to somebody else out there that, I am somebody. When in fact, if you test poorly, you're pretty much being given the message that you're not going to attain any kind of status, you're not going to be successful, and therefore you have very little or no value, and you believe it. So school systems need to look at placing more emphasis on helping students discover their uniqueness, their gifts. I believe everybody has a unique gift, ability, something different than anybody else in the whole world. And we're here to discover what that is and find these unique abilities, because once you do, you will feel that you have worth and your life has meaning and purpose. And then, of course, living in a capitalistic society, that gives people the rights to acquire as much wealth and as much profit as you desire. But it has, on its downside, given rise to income inequality. And now we have a disappearing middle class, and people are struggling to make ends meet, and working 3 jobs and feeling a sense of low self-worth. So we need to look at reforming our capitalistic society. So what would it look like if we all recognize that we have value just by being who we are? What would it look like if we knew that the real definition of success and having value was not by what you have, but by who you are? Just like I mentioned, those teachers and those qualities that we aspire to having. Your self-worth multiplies when you discover your gifts, your talents, your abilities that are unique to you, and by doing so, you're going to be able to take those and see what you can do with them and serve and make this world a better place. That's when life becomes fulfilling. That's when you feel you have value. And so, knowing that the success is defined by your measure of happiness because you have found your truth. So therefore, it's essential to take time to do some introspection, to engage in self-discovery, to release those old limiting beliefs that we have to have so much money or things, material possessions, to make us feel that we have any value. So how much value are you placing on yourself just by being a wonderful, caring, beautiful human being who is here to help make this world a better place? So it's up to us to discover who we are and why we're here. But until then, I want you to know that you are somebody, that you have value just by being who you are. So love yourself today. Have the courage to look within and discover that you are love, that you are loved, and I believe in you.